What's going on, beautiful people? Welcome back to another episode of Respect the Game. My name is Edward, named after a great man, that being my pops. Shout out to my mother and my grandmother for helping raise me too. Please make sure you go follow at Emax Stats for all your up-to-date high school, pro, and collegiate sports coverage. Will not disappoint. We'll keep you up to date on all that is going on in the sports world. Right now, as you see, we still gunning for the Olympics 3-on-3 tournament representing the USA. Our brother Black Peace is not in the building, celebrating his son's birthday. Shout out to Tony. Happy birthday to you. I think they rocking out at the Astros game tonight. So yeah, happy birthday to you, nephew. Make sure y'all respect the game out there. Black Peace, if you made any bets on the Astros, I hope they're cashing right now.
Bro, they actually winning. Big brother Iron Man Shine Hard Izzo tapping in. Shine Hard Surgical Picks currently found on Prize Picks. And I do dabble a little bit as well. Twitter and Instagram where you can find me at. Let's go.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, depending on where you are in the world. My name is Sedacious Xavier Miles, the one and only, and I appreciate you for rocking with Respect the Game podcast. Please go follow me on Instagram and on TikTok at I am Sedacious. That's IAMSEDATAIOUS. Let's go, bro.
All right, man. Straight to it. Kendrick Lamar finally responded on a Tuesday. He drops Euphoria in response to Drake's two diss records that he dropped. Fellas, instant reaction.
Extremely layered, man. I'm gonna tell you how tactical exactly it was.
How
I'm gonna try to
surgical
make
he
this
got.
quick. Man, very surgical indeed. So he dropped the diss at 8:24 Pacific Standard Time. And if we know the significance for 824, the
Rest
mama
in peace.
mentality, rest in peace, Kobe Bryant. So yesterday, Jamal Murray, a Canadian, knocked out the Los Angeles Lakers of the NBA playoffs. And quite literally, K. Dot said, enough of this Canadian. No disrespect to our Canadian audience, but he said, enough is enough. We've been taking too many L's by y'all. Let me saddle up and let me go get this done, right? So not only did he drop it on 824, as everybody knows, Drake's ethnicity, he's Jewish, right? Or at least claims to be. He's Jewish, he's black, he's white, just depending on what day it is, what day you catch him, right? And I'm a Drake fan. Please do not come for me under these comments. Uh, but he dropped it on the day that Hitler died, a famous or infamous person, rather, known for from the media portrayal of hating and exterminating the Jewish counterparts. So a bit of a cynical side to that as well. This was a day that most Jewish people celebrate, right? In regards to being free from that situation. So um, that's a two-sided sword. He named the diss track Euphoria. If people don't know, Drake executive produces the hit show with Zendaya, Euphoria, which is infamously known for hypersexualizing teenagers around the high school age. And if people also don't know, Drake paid out a $500,000 settlement for rape allegations back in 2018, I believe. And of
That
course, you
never
never heard
came
about
across
it.
my radar.
Yep, you never heard about it, but
Right.
it definitely happened. And of course, know your enemy well, and that Kendrick does. Um, and then Drake has a famous line at the end of the diss track Push Ups. He says something to the tune of, yeah, you better come with a quintuple entendre. And oddly enough, actually produced a quintuple entendre. So somebody broke it down on Twitter. So the tweet broke down the quintuple entendre in 5 different ways, right? That's the quintuple meaning. Um, Euphoria for the actual word that it means. Euphoria for the show. Euphoria in regards to his seems to be elation with the younger aged women that he's alleged to be involved with. Again, thus the $500,000 $500,000 payout in a civil suit that he faced in 2018. So that's 3. Fourth way, I'm not gonna do it justice, y'all. He killed the man, in my opinion. And then it's a lot of meat riding going on, saying, "Whoa, well, Kendrick didn't say anything that Pusha T didn't say." Shut up. He said it better, and he said it in a more artistic way to where it was just great. It was great artistry, great way of expressing and conveying his thoughts in a very, very raw and authentic way. And then he just come out and just say, "I hate you. I don't like nothing about you. I don't like you do this. I like the Drake that sing. I don't like the Drake that think he tough." Which probably 90% of the world can get behind. I do miss the thank you later, thank me later, Drake. I don't know what Back Outside Boys told the 60 on the strip, I'm ready to die. I don't know that Drake. Maybe he been hanging out with the mob too much. Shout out to the mob. But yeah, man. Kendrick, I think it's one up right now. I think Drake man had him in that first round, but Kendrick definitely took a mean haymaker, and Drake may be potentially on the canvas right now.
What do you say, or I'll give you this question, because listening to what you're saying, Isaac, and obviously, the rap beef and settling it and who won or who's up right now, is left up to the court of public opinion and like our entertainment. And from what you said, what I took from your breakdown of it is that for the public opinion of people who don't really want to think and dissect, they're just going to try to write Kendrick off as he lost.
Exactly.
But it's like, no, if we really want to like decode every word, every double quadruple entendre, like,
right.
and metaphorically speaking, be tactical about, analyzing like a boxing match and, how many punches were thrown, but how many punches were landed, like how many power punches were connected and made. So yeah, I think that's a key thing too, to not try to write Kendrick off simply because like you don't want to think and dig deep. Because this beef really runs deep. So but yeah, Dacious, talk to the people as a rapper yourself.
It was cool. I thought it was all right. Yeah, I don't know. It was just something. I guess I have mixed feelings about it. Rapping, superb. Beat choice, the melody at the beginning, all of it. You know what I'm saying? Lyricism, top tier. It's just always look in depth in what somebody's saying. And so for me, if this is supposed to be like we going at each other, why the mention of getting personal comes up? Why the mention of if these not my real friends, I'm YNW Melly. Like, why the mention of, no, this is not about critics. This is not about who's the greatest. This is just love or hate, and I hate you. I hate everything about you. Bro, okay, at that point, yeah, you went hard and all of that good stuff, but you admitted that you're a hater, and I'm done with this whole thing. I really been done with this, because how can you beef with a nigga that put you on his song and put you on his album and you went platinum? The whole song is just you rapping. That album went platinum. Fast forward, y'all beefing. So it's just fun at this point. Like y'all said, it's just a boxing match that we're watching. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's getting bored. The rap game needed a jolt. I've said this on the podcast before. I still think this is staged. This response 2 weeks later, it just lets me know what I think, bro. It's just like, especially when Kendrick saying, why we getting personal? This is just a friendly fade. It's like, oh, bro, are we beefing? Or is this a friendly fade? Like which side are we on? You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I just looked deep into the words, and it really felt like you wanted to respond because the world is waiting for you to respond, but you don't want to. I don't know, bro. I don't know, because it's like you can go at a nigga, but saying something about if we not real friends and I'm YNW Melly, it's like, who cares if y'all real? You know what I'm saying? Then you throw J. Cole and Aubrey know I'm a selfish nigga and the crown is heavy. Like, okay, so you're justifying just one day attacking these niggas and everything going back and forth by saying, oh, them niggas know I'm a hater. They know I'm the biggest hater. Like, bro, you said you was the biggest hater in your diss track. Stop playing. So, I mean, all of it together, great body of work. But with me really dissecting it and going into it, it's like, okay, cool. You jabbed the nigga a couple times. That's cool. I understand. No problem. You got personal on some. You don't know how to raise your son. Sheesh. Right? You said you ain't want to get too personal, but it was like, well, what would you know about raising a son? Type. So I'm like, oh, okay, bro. Like, yeah, I'm over you, brother. You're done. Get you up out of here. And you did good. I'm not even gonna take away from the fact that you did really, really good. It's just
I'm sorry, bro. Breaking news. Maxey just dropped 46 to keep the Sixers alive, bro. And I promise you,
What a
he
way to
scored
come
20 of
alive.
those in the fourth and in OT, bro. And I watched even the shot to send him to overtime, a lean in three from half court. My fault, dog. But
Even
yeah.
before that, to draw the foul on the and one and convert on the 4-point play.
And then you missed the free throw and you come redeem yourself.
But back to Drake. Back to Drake. Yes.
Yeah, no, and it had nothing to do with Drake for me. I think Kendrick did really good. He did Kendrick at his best when it comes to a beef, because we've never really seen Kendrick in a beef before. For real. Who would dare beef with Kendrick? But like I said, I still think it's staged. I still think it's for entertainment, and I love it. I'm not looking. These two niggas ain't gonna never get to go to war, and like they niggas is fighting with each other. I will say this: the fact that Kendrick dropped Chubb's name, that was something to me, because Chubb's a real nigga.
How? But how do you know that? That's what I'm saying. Like, because Chubb's a real nigga. Why? Because Drake said he told guns and smoked la in his songs. I'm not buying that shit, bro.
Not because
just
Drake said it. Not because just Drake said it. No.
I'm just saying, like, drop an instance where Chubbs was being gangster and a nigga felt his gangster and niggas didn't disrespect him, and because niggas don't see Toronto as this super pop. He's calling it the six now for the last 8 years running. Like, I don't know. They don't faze me, bro. Like, and I think you may have missed the point where he said, "I just hate you." Again, I think it's deeper. It's deeper than the surface, because I think he's referencing a DMX interview where DMX actually came out and was like, "Nigga, I just hate you. I hate everything about you." And he literally verbatim quoting DMX from that Breakfast Club interview. So I think it's just because he made the line also like, "Nigga, you thinking this is me that's thinking this?" He's saying, "Nigga, I'm speaking for
the culture.
The culture.
The culture feeling."
So, and then he, a few lines down, he goes into, not even paraphrasing, quite literally quoting the DMX interview from the Breakfast Club, where DMX is quoted, and I quote, "Oh, I hate Drake. I hate everything about him. I hate the way he walk. I hate his way he talk, the way he dress." Like, he just literally just started going down a list. And so for me, it was more so like, wow, he's encompassing the energy of even the dead and the passed on to drive home a point of, bro, you conveniently use your blackness for when you need it, right? But when it's, politically correct for you to be white or a Jew, you're going to cling to that side for your own personal gain. And, it was just more so like how people get mad at biracial people for whatever reason. I love all my biracial brothers and sisters. They can't help that, they're mixed, right? And quite literally, a part of being that, I would assume, right? Because I'm not mixed. I'm black and black. Both grandparents is black. A little bit of Cherokee Indian for all my Instagram bad bitches out there who want to be Caribbean, Colombian, Peruvian, all that shit, right?
Cherokee.
Yeah, I am Cherokee Indian, like 25% though, but that's not something I openly tell people. But it just kind of gave off the energy and vibe of Kendrick, like he was speaking for the people who couldn't speak, right? Or the people who probably just don't have enough clout and don't have a platform to really say what they want to say about Drake. Yeah, we love Drake. Drake is a hit maker. Drake is going to go down as top 5 ever. Yes, the numbers were supported and just likability, right? He's crossed over into, pop culture. He's just likable by everybody, right? But the dangers you told in regards to being likable by everybody is eventually you either die a hero or you live long enough to become the villain. And I think Drake is experiencing the latter right now, where you've been on top so long, and then the details of your deal are coming out, how $400 million deal with Universal, and you may, be entitled to everybody's percentage of everybody's masters and stuff that are on that specific label and subsidiary labels that are under Universal. So just a lot of shit like, people thinking like, damn, bro, I thought you was like me. I thought you was in a fight with me. We raging against the machine all the time. You are the machine. You quite literally are part of the machine, and you sit back and play both sides of the fence of it. You go in the boardroom or the meeting rooms and these executive rooms and go play, upstanding white Jewish young man. And then on the other side, you
Big
cosplay
switch.
as a real nigga and talk about, how you can get a nigga gone because you roll with the mob. So which one is it? You know what I'm saying? You can't have the best of both worlds, and people, because everybody ain't gonna accept that, right? You know what I'm saying? They're gonna tell you to pick a. Even God say pick a side. He'll spit you out if you lukewarm. He can respect the nigga who hot or cold, who done picked the side, right?
Yeah, but trying to play
that's
both
the word.
sides, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if God don't like that, I can just imagine the ordinary nigga don't like it either. I'm made in his image, by the way.
I mean, I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that.
It's part of respecting the game,
We at the Drake Coalition would like to say we give zero about a nigga and how he feels about our code switching. Yeah, but I apologize for cussing y'all. It's just y'all know how I
Man,
get.
Poochie gonna edit me out. I know he's sick of me though.
All right.
No, but all in all, to wrap it up, Kendrick, you make sure that niggas know that you are still one of the greatest rappers, and you are still very so neck and neck, if not above Drake when it comes to rapping and lyricism. I got you.
I don't think he can with K-Dot when it comes to rapping, bro. And I believe Drake is a great rapper. Regardless of, ghostwriters the line. Now, I will say this.
The 20v1 line?
This nigga did use two people's songs verbatim, word for word, because Lil Yachty's version of Jumbotron Poppin', it did come out, and quite literally, he copied and pasted every single word, how Yachty said it and everything. So, I mean, but if you look at the writer's credits on a lot of your favorite artists' albums, you'll see a few people's names there. And that's not to diminish or take away from the sport or from the craft. But, hey, man, a spade is a spade.
And one of them would possibly be one Aubrey Graham. So, I mean,
I'm just saying,
when you give out hits for so long, is it not okay for you to take them?
Hey, man. Like I said, I'm not saying it's bad or wrong. I'm just saying what it is. That dance was a little crazy. We may blur that.
Hey, yo, you know what? Kendrick said my first one and my last ones was classic, and you don't have one.
I would disagree there.
That's untrue. There. Right, it's untrue. But that bar though, I'm sorry. That just is what it is, because that is debatable. Even though I feel like it's not true, it's debatable that Kendrick is the only one out of him, J. Cole, and Drake.
Speaking, these last 4 albums Drake has dropped, I ain't gonna lie. The one with the pregnant women on the cover, that one was hard. I don't care what nobody say. That one was super hard. But a lot of these albums that have come out, bro, I mean, hasn't Drake, like, in the last 5 years, doesn't it seem like he's been pushing out albums more than usual? He's been touring more than usual. And I think Joe Budden on his podcast, he made a point to point that out. So I don't know if he's contractually obligated to do that due to the $400 million, or if he's just in his own right now and he just feel like putting out music. And I probably
it's a nigga somewhere whose fan base is like, God, oh, when this nigga gonna put something out, all right? And Drake is just over here like, nah, I got y'all. I'll take care of all y'all, no problem. And then the nigga they was waiting on come out of nowhere on a Future song and be like, the top 3. It's like, oh. After I took care of your fan base for this last 2 years.
You're on Drake's side.
Look, newsflash if you haven't picked up on the context clues, right?
This nigga likes Drake, y'all.
Bro, I held your whole fan base down to me for 2 years. What are you talking about? Bro, I was rapping dead or alive. Nigga shovel full of money, full of power, full full of fame and bury yourself alive. Nigga, you should be dead. Why are you trying to beef now? I'll pass the witness.
All right, man. Moving on to the Lakers. The Lakers get bounced out of the first round of the playoffs to the Denver Nuggets, losing the series 4-1.
Frustrate Sedacious day.
Cue Jamal Murray. Good ass no all-star team making point guard, you killer. I hate you.
Why should LeBron fans and Laker fans, why should they believe that last night was not LeBron's last time in a Lakers jersey?
Well, I feel like there's this unspoken agreement, and I could be wrong, but this is just my theory. There's this unspoken thing that LeBron has with the Laker fan base that, yo, I got you the one, but then I got the one in the bubble, and it's kind of like, but now I need to get a real one where we actually go on the road.
Hell, we're not doing that. We ain't doing that. We ain't doing real and fake, because last time I checked, a ring is a ring. And any nigga who say bubble ring, it says more about you than it does the Lakers who won it. And that's my opinion. Because then you can be on salty lemon pepper Lou Will type vibe, because I hate what he said on a podcast. Nobody was really into it. Shut up. You never won nothing. I don't care about your opinion.
Hey,
Top 5, 6 man ever? Yes. Lou Williams, a great player? Yes. When it comes by winning, I don't want to hear from you. You never won. So you just sit this one out.
Yeah, so it's either for real he's waiting on his brother, and I mean he's waiting on his son, which I don't, whatever. Or it's this unspoken thing that, just like Magic and them did it, just like Kobe did it, I want to do it the same way as a Laker.
Adrian Wojnarowski, senior insider for the ESPN, did drop a bomb today saying that playing with Bronny is no longer on LeBron James' priority list, and wouldn't necessarily be a deal breaker for him, in order to stay in Los Angeles. So I think from the business side of it, LeBron just has too many advantages from living in Los Angeles. Being Hollywood capital of the world, so many business ventures. I think his wife is venturing off into a podcast. Just the, off the court, dealings he has. I think it would be, I don't think it would be as advantageous if he were doing that somewhere else, in another city, not named Los Angeles at this particular junction and portion of his career. And AD done signed, 3 years, $60 million a year? Man, help on the way, Bron. We gonna get Trae Young in there. We gonna get rid of Rui Hachimura, layup smoking ass. Boy, I can't, man. And don't get me started on Gabe Vincent stealing the Lakers' hard-earned money. Stealing. You want to talk about? I'm not gonna give him the time of day. Y'all saw it.
Yeah. And you saw D'Angelo Russell be missing game 3. You saw Austin Reeves.
He went over and then had the nerve to pout on the bench and not be in the huddle with everybody. But I understand now, because especially with the article that came out today about Darvin Ham, basically bad-mouthing him to David McMenamin. It's just not a good look, man. Darvin Ham probably, I told my partner earlier today, I give it to the weekend. Bron, you saw how quick Bron walked off that floor? Nigga probably went up to Genie.
What did
Hey, you ain't got to do it immediately after the game, but by the weekend, this nigga need to be gone.
Right, because he can't be player coaching for the rest of his NBA career if he's gonna try to actually win another chip. Go ahead, bro. I'm sorry.
What did Darvin Ham talk to McMenamin about?
He basically brought up how, it's hard to find consistency with a lineup when you have injuries, with guys on the team. And then, you got guys going, 8, 10 plus games with just horrid stretches. It's what am I supposed to do? And I'm paraphrasing at this point, but it was pretty blunt like that though, and you knew immediately who he was speaking of because the only person that has got into a terrible slump like that on the team offensively is D'Angelo Russell. So it did come out that he definitely could potentially be on his way out the door. And when I say definitely, potentially, I know those are kind of oxymoronic statements, but definitely, potentially, no, he's gone. He's out of here.
Nah, he out of there.
Yeah.
And we ain't bringing him back this time.
Yeah, man. Ham. Yeah. That nigga a ham sandwich or something. I'm out of here.
I don't believe LeBron is. I don't believe LeBron is one going to retire this year, and two, I think we continue to see him in the Lakers jersey simply
He
because
putting pressure on the front office.
Yeah, simply because like when LeBron moved to LA, it was about implementing his retirement plan there. I don't see him talking about all that his family has going on individually. I'm pretty sure all that his family has going on is like rooted in LA. So for him to probably have to catch games or maybe not even catch games next season, depending on where Bronny decides to go play college basketball, having to go travel from LA to there to wherever Bronny is. I mean, you amplify that if he decides to go to a different team this off season, and now he's trying to travel to and from back to LA because I know he's not going to completely uproot his family. I think about Chris Paul when he talked about like when he was going through his trading stretch. I want to say while he was in Phoenix, like his family still stayed in LA. So like he's like when he in Phoenix, he's not technically home, so to speak, because his family's like still in LA. You talk about the growing pains, the Dames dealt with leaving Portland and going to Milwaukee. So Braun being established as he is on the court, and then you multiply that times 10 with how he continues to establish himself off the court with businesses and XYZ and other things. I don't see him uprooting his basketball career out of LA simply because of how taxing it would be on not just himself but his family. So I think for that sole purpose, like LeBron is going to stay in LA. To the Darvin Ham thing, I know it's always it's always a common thing to, fire the coach that LeBron is with if they don't win the championship. But let's just like put some pressure on the GM. Like the Lakers personnel is like not great. If you just like being like 110% like honest, like it's a roster out of AD and Braun. The rest of the roster is like a makeup of like your two shooters, I guess, and Reeves and D'Lo. And
Who's also a primary ball handler too at times.
Yeah.
Reeves.
And the rest of it is just like 3-and-D guys, and these not even sharp shoot three-point shooters. So like I think if you're a Lakers fan, I think you should long for like a complete makeover in terms of role guys. Obviously, like Cam Reddish, he had got injured or whatever the case may be. But like let's see if we can find some players this offseason who
I wasn't thrilled when he was healthy, but go
on. Who could create their own shot and like generate offense in the event Braun it goes down or AD goes down or D'Angelo Russell catches a cold spell where he gets to go in the free agency if he decides to on the player option. So the Lakers, apart from Darvin Ham, I think the Lakers need to just like really try to find some new role players that's not just quote unquote like 3-and-D guys. Because there used to be a time, and I think GMs are guilty of this. There used to be a time where as long as you got LeBron, you're gonna get to the promised land. Yeah, right. Where you compare it to the teams that he's taken to the finals in previous years. That's not the case no more. The league has changed. Teams are a lot more competitive. Obviously, the Western Conference continues to improve year after year. So you can't just think you're just going to throw a handful of average role players and that's going to be good enough for LeBron. You know what I'm saying? So I think you got to find guys who can be able to create their own, whether on and off the ball. However, don't be surprised if I forgot the two landing options I had, or maybe it was just one. Off-season prediction: if Clay leaves Golden State, he's signing with the Lakers.
I don't know. I don't know about that.
If he leaves Golden State, but yeah, but that's just off the topic. But yeah, that's what I think. Bron is staying in LA, and if you're a Laker fan, Laker Nation, y'all should be protesting for like a complete makeover for like the bench, the Lakers and these role players.
The Trae Young rumor should start in about I give it a month and a half. They'll really start gaining steam. I know they already brought him up prior to the playoffs even starting, but I'm talking about as far as like running themes across First Take and your plethora of other morning, debate shows, sports shows. It will start to become more and more of a theme as we kind of matriculate into the summer.
You get Trae, Bron, AD.
Whoa, whoa! You said Trae, Bron, and AD.
So y'all, yeah,
nigga, no. Trae Young ain't gonna come here by himself. They gonna be there. Did you see what Anthony Davis just signed? Nobody's gonna want to take on that contract. And Anthony Davis, first off, he played 76 games this year and he played well. Did he drop? What did he drop? 11 points the other night. He pissed me off in an elimination game. I know, but prior up until then, I mean.
So you saying there's not going to be a Trae, Bron, and AD? That's what you're saying?
There is going to be Trae, Bron, and AD.
That's what I was saying.
That's what you're saying.
I thought you said trade.
Oh,
Bron
no.
Oh, okay. No, that's why I was talking like that, bro. Yeah,
no, okay. Trae, Bron, and AD on the Lakers. Okay. That's your core three. And you have to find another perimeter defender, elite perimeter defender. That'll be a fourth guy. Maybe you keep Austin Reeves.
Got to keep Reeves, Bell. Got to keep Reeves.
Keep Austin Reeves on that team.
Love Reeves.
Bron, Trae, AD, Austin Reeves. We got to find like a nice three.
And everybody else
defender.
Everybody else, you can go. We'll figure it out. Thank you. Not really, but thank you.
He said thank you. Not really, but gotta go.
If we get Trae Young, Austin Reeves would be coming off the bench.
I'm fine with that. We need bench power anyway, but I mean, well, why would
need a perimeter?
Why Austin Reeves can't play too?
Oh,
okay, he can't play too.
I mean, that's what position he plays.
Yeah, but I always see him bring the ball up. So I just be like,
well, that's when Bron don't feel like bringing it up. Because when Bron decided he want to put his point guard hat on, which I felt like he should have did the entire game. But the age, bro, I don't think he can will a team at point guard because
he not, bro.
I haven't even seen him attempt to do it.
That's why
he didn't even go in that Bron mode where he just started being a point guard and just everything was running through him.
And even apart from the point guard, right? Like most people, they tend to like look at the numbers to be like, oh, this player is declining. Obviously, like Bron numbers are still high up there. But I look at what I used to see Bron do on the court. Like I had put in a group chat last night where I remember elite prime LeBron. I remember watching him defend Derrick Rose, the MVP Derrick Rose, and I'm just like, if this is Bron back then, he's defending Jamal Murray. Like he's stepping up on, he's defending Jamal Murray.
He's clamping that.
And I'm looking at the play develop, and it's like an older LeBron. It's like the older he gets, the more and more he has to trust his teammates, because if he don't, like, he's just gonna overexert himself. Like, I'm looking at Jamal Murray getting ready to do the same thing he's been doing, and I'm looking at Bron having to trust him to execute, make a defensive stop while he under the rim with Aaron Gordon. And I'm just like, man, bro, if this
And
is
his head
like,
dropped.
it's
And
like
his
if
head
this is
dropped.
a younger
Because
Braun would have been up on that, like saying, "Nah, you got to beat me, Jamal Murray." But you know, for all the time, Braun is older. Like you can't expect him to like give maximum effort on both ends. This is like the older he get, he got to trust y'all, his teammates more and more and more, which is why you got to put that pressure on the front office to like get him adequate help. Yeah, but yeah. So
I also feel like AD's help did come into play at the wrong time.
it's the same thing that happened with Zion. This is like you can't win for losing. You either gonna like criticize him for not playing a full season and like hope that he gonna be healthy in the playoffs. Like, you know, Zion played the most games in the season he's played, but it caught up with him in the playoffs with the hamstring. I mean, even though AD like
I ain't
got
gonna lie, that
banged up,
nigga could still afford to lose 20 pounds and still be strong and still be explosive, bro. But history is telling us, bro, but it, you not gonna last like that, dog. Like all that weight on your knees, pause. You just not gonna last, bro. Like your tendons aren't gonna last. You're not gonna be as elastic in regards to, you know, your start, stop, jump ability. You're not gonna be as fluid in regards to, again, your athletic prowess when it comes to you being a physically dominant presence. Like he's going to have to. Somebody need to get in his ear this offseason and not one of these strippers down in Onyx. But somebody need to get in his ear and be like, bro, if you don't take the LeBron approach to your career in regards to eating right and doing what you have to do in order to be in top peak physical condition, nigga, your natural body, bro, if you eat good and eat how you want to, you're gonna get fat. That's just what it is, bro.
yeah,
I'm the same way. If I eat bad, bro, it ain't gonna take much for me to blow up or get fat, bro. I gotta be disciplined with how I eat. That's the way I'm gonna be able to look how I look. Other than that, it's just curtains. You ain't
yeah,
got one of them type of bodies, bro. You don't have that luxury to
yeah.
fuck off and sneak snacks and shit.
You don't have that DNA, that metabolism,
You
that
just
genetic.
don't, man.
Yeah, nah. Yeah, man. Stand up in the NBA playoffs. I called this when it first assembled with the Phoenix Suns, Devin Booker, Kevin Durant, Bradley Beal. I know everybody was writing and raving about it. For me personally, I was not a fan of it. It looked like a championship on paper. But I knew in order to like respect the game, if like I feel like if you truly like respected the game, I feel like you should have seen that like it wasn't gonna be like uh an instant championship or even an instant deep playoff run, simply because man, like these coaches, these coaching staffs, bro, like if you take the time to go watch LeBron and JJ Redick's new podcast, Mind the Game, uh when there are certain spots where LeBron's Miami Heat tenure like comes up, LeBron talks eloquently about the execution of how they all work together. He talks about Eric Spo going to go hang out with Chip Kelly to understand the spread offense and seeing if that could translate to help them play better with spacing on the floor and be able to execute. And so I say that to say, while people like to say LeBron them, you know, they messed up the lead and all that. Like, bro, they truly worked together. They truly found the way to like play together and had an offensive flow and a chemistry that brought out everybody's strengths, right? When they talking about the slot cutting and you know spacing the floor and you know pushing out Roy Hibbert in the Pacer series and putting Chris Bosh at the 5 and so and all of that stuff. This is like you can't just get a big three or find three high prolific players and just think that like that ensures you like a deep playoff run. It's like no, bro. Like you got to respect the game all the way through and have a scheme, have a system, have offensive flow, defensive chemistry, and all of that on top of having marquee players to win a championship and or make a deep playoff run. Man, you watch the Phoenix Suns, bro. That offense was absolutely horrific. It was your turn, my turn. Oh, you got the high hand? Okay, you keep shooting.
In the words of your favorite player, man, you chumps running from the ground. Not for real, though. Kevin Durant came out and said that, he didn't particularly like how he was being used offensively, how he was basically relegated to go and stand in the corner, alluding to what you said, my turn, your turn. And it's like no movement, no back screens, no pin downs, you know what I'm saying? No backdoor cuts to the basket for easy looks. You just relying on three individually great offensive players to just create each time down. Like, well, shit, man. Book, Durant and Bill, they down there. They gonna handle it like no. And let's talk about Bradley Beal, bro. I don't know if he's that guy.
Anymore or ever?
I mean, was he a product of being on a horrible team and getting 25 shots a night? Sure, he did lead the league in scoring, though, 1 year, and he does have a scoring title. Bradley Beal is a perennial, 20-plus point per game scorer. I don't know how many times he's made an all-star team. Not that many. I'd probably say somewhere around 2 or 3 appearances. Not that many. But, Kevin Durant, man, how many times you going to try to go and try to create your own super team essentially without having to be a vocal leader? Like, eventually, bro, the great ones, whether you want to be it or not, maybe that's not your comfort zone. Maybe that's not your calling per se or your niche, but you have to grow into being a leader, bro. You can't just have this aloof, nonchalant mentality. Yes, you're a hard worker. Yes, you don't cheat the game. Yes, you work on your game constantly, nonstop. Nobody's going to accuse you of cheating the game in that regard, but you have cheated the game in regards to taking shortcuts to roster building, shortcuts in regards to culture, shortcuts in regards to taking accountability for being a leader. And, look at the Timberwolves, for example. Look at how they've encompassed and quite literally taken on the attitude and personality of Anthony Edwards. Obviously, they can't be Anthony Edwards, but that gritty, that I want this, my time is now type of attitude, you can see it throughout their gameplay, bro. I can even stomach Cat's interviews now because, Anthony Edwards is in there, you know what I mean? Just encouraging them and basically just being a leader, man. He's being a leader. He's empowering people. He's, and I know that's not Durant's thing. That's not what he wants to do.
He gonna get his buckets and go home.
I just want to come in and play ball. Well, nigga, you're not gonna win another championship like that. Now you're at the risk of people saying, you ain't without Curry, bro. You ain't without the Warriors. You couldn't beat them, so you joined them and won. And then you had two failed super teams, 2 miserably failed super teams after that. And y'all capped out. Y'all can't even sign nobody or reorchestrate any contracts if y'all wanted to.
If they don't get no first-round picks to 2026 or something like that.
If y'all want to build y'all roster, y'all going to have to do it through veteran minimums and maybe potentially mid-level exception contracts. And they just signed Grayson Allen to a huge deal because he led the league in 3-point percentage. So they may just be capped out. You may just be in cap hell, and you may just have to retire a sorry-ass Phoenix Sun like Charles Barkley and not win no more championships, because I really don't even count the 2 that you won, because you see, and Bron should really have about 5 or 6 of them. And Kyrie should be a 2 or 3-time champion. Everybody thinking, everybody know it. That's my story. I'm sticking to it.
I didn't, bro, because how you not going to know where your feet is before you shoot this shot?
Wow.
That's it.
You taking it way back.
Hey, what Kendrick say? I hate you, nigga. I hate everything. That's how you sound.
Get out of here. You joined that team to beat LeBron twice. Moved on, ain't did nothing since. And then
and honestly,
don't even know where to put your feet.
If we want to call a spade, I think that's a testament to the greatness of LeBron James. Try to say it's Steph Curry era. Man, if Kevin Durant don't join them Warriors, my glorious king, Rainbow James, he's going to have at least 5 championships. At least. I'm talking bare minimum. 6. If not 6. Because I think that run that they could have potentially went on to between then and 2018, man.
Bro, they looked at
We
this
were
thing and
robbed.
said, we had him
robbed.
down 3-1.
He robbed the basketball world and quite literally robbed them. If I'm LeBron, I hate Kevin Durant. I'm never letting it down. I'm never letting him live it down. And I'm not acknowledging your championships or your finals MVPs because I don't respect them. You took the easy way out, just like you tried to take the easy way out in Brooklyn. It didn't work. You forced your way out of there, and you're trying to take the easy route in Phoenix. It's not working, Kevin.
And here's the thing, adding to what you're saying is, we wouldn't respect Kobe the way we do had he not got those rings without Shaq. He don't get those rings without Shaq. We don't respect him the way we do today.
Think if Kobe lost to the Pistons in the 2004 finals and he just said, "Man, shit, Shaq left this motherfucker. Man, I'm gonna go to the Pistons. They already got everything I need." Come on, bro.
It would be no Mamba mentality.
Kobe wouldn't even be Kobe, bro.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? Talking about you that nigga and you that guy and you want to be. He just screams like, yeah, you talented, bro. Yeah, you that guy when it comes to scoring. You a uberly talented basketball player, one of the greats. I can't even put you, in my opinion, I can't even put you top 10, bro, because of what you did. I can't. You can make an argument that
you said
Kevin
top
Durant
10 now or top 10 ever?
Man, top 10 ever.
Okay.
So that's what he's vying for. He's vying to be, he wants so badly to be in that greatest of all time discussion. I don't think he cares with being the greatest, but he wants to be recognized as one of the greats. And it's always going to be asterisks by those championships, bro, because if you know,
be overrated,
you know.
Scottie Pippen.
Your documentary is going to be one hell of a journey, bro, to go join the team that beat you. I couldn't even, as a man, I couldn't do that, bro. Ain't no way. It just ain't no way. Ain't no way. I can't do it.
Maybe
I wouldn't even be able to sleep at night. I wouldn't even be able to sleep at night like, damn, Steph really got me my championships, bro. I really benefited from getting one-on-one defensive coverage because we had to allocate defense to Clay and Steph while I just go be open and go one-on-one with somebody's second or third best defender.
And Draymond Green gonna get at least 5 old boards and kick it back out to me. So yeah, I'm Gucci over here.
Man, come on, man. He loves going into ready-made situations, but yeah, enough of that.
So so we touched on
toe on the line, foot on the line.
We talked about Bill. We talked about Kevin Durant. What does this loss leave the pending legacy of Devin Booker? Or do we give him a pass because he got 49?
Nah, that boy, man, I don't know. He might be like a 99 role player at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
I don't know no role player.
Now I'm convinced Devin Booker couldn't go to no other team and win a championship by himself. Now I'm convinced.
You can't. I mean, that's not the NBA we live in anymore. I don't think anybody can win a championship by themselves, but it didn't change or sway my opinion of Devin Booker. Devin Booker is still an elite, prolific offensive talent who's still young because I think he got into the league when he was like 19, 20. Like, so he's literally like 27, 28. He's coming into his prime, theoretically speaking, from an age standpoint. He's literally about to enter it. So
it's funny you say that because
he's really young. I think Book still may be like 26 or something like that.
He may be, but talking about his prime, I don't know what his game looks like other than what it already is in terms of his prime, other than maybe he just get wildly efficient. Like,
yeah, you could always, because I get what you're saying. Like, his offensive game is so polished, right?
Like, what is it
smaller guards into the post. Yeah, he prolific mid-range game, can shoot the three, can get to the hole, is sneaky athletic, right? Killer mentality, can score in bunches. But
did you say okay? Back up. Let's back up. You said killer mentality.
Devin Booker 27.
I think Devin Booker does have a killer mentality on the court. That's my opinion. I mean, he doesn't shy away from the challenge. He may not get over the hump and get to the goal, but it's not for a lack of him not trying and not gunning for it. I can respect him in that regard.
It's because the defensive player has like pretty sound defense on him.
I've never heard anybody say, yeah, and I locked up D Book. Said nobody ever. I haven't seen that.
No, I understand that. So if he hasn't been locked up, right, and his offense is polished, but you're saying just give him more time and then he'll become
Bradley
more
Beal,
efficient
where are you at?
in the polished. Right. I get
You've
it.
been
But
waiting
see,
your whole career to get on that stage, and you done got on that stage, and all you famous for is a quote saying, you ain't never got swept, and you be damned if you get swept now. First off, Brad, nigga, how many playoffs you done been in? 2, 3?
right,
Come on, you never got swept.
right,
Have you been out of the first round? Bum.
right. You have the fastest nigga in the NBA on your team then. So that's kind of high.
You had Jonathan Hilliard-Wall
nobody was
third on your
nobody
team.
nobody defended John Wall, bro. So yeah, no problem. So, but for me, Devin Booker for me, I think
Who had a
that's what
better
he's
career,
at.
John Wall or Bradley Beal?
John Wall.
It's no hesitation, John Wall, for me. I don't give a fuck about that scoring title that Bradley Beal got.
Yeah,
I really
Wall.
don't.
John Wall was hard, boss, from college all the way to the first injury. And then after the first injury, we pretty much lost John Wall, but he was still trying. But we didn't know that we lost him, but, he ain't been back since. But on 2K?
Or back to that level.
On 2K, you go put on that Ultimate Wizards team on 2K?
I ain't gonna lie, 2014 John Wall, if you know, you know. NBA 2K14 John Wall, if you know.
So I think that's what Devin Booker is missing to get to that next level. Because once he can, for me, adopt the Kobe killer mentality, it's over with to me.
Yeah, I think Devin Booker has to find a way to translate his scoring. Find a way to translate his scoring into like winning. And what I mean by that is when the conversation Kobe was actually like, when Harden was like putting up astronomical numbers, and it's like, yo, Kobe, like Harden, right? It's like, yeah, it's cool, it's great. It's not gonna win a championship, but yeah, like what they're doing all season. What they're doing in the regular season is absolutely phenomenal. And that's because Kobe understood like putting up those numbers is not going to get you no championship. So Devin Booker has to eventually ask himself, hey, do I want to just make sure I secure my Hall of Fame spot with the numbers, or do I really want to try to win a championship? And the question is, yes, I want to win a championship. He has to find a way, whether that's just studying how the greats did it, Kobe's, the LeBrons, and finding a way to use his scoring ability to like make it as effective as possible to translate into winning, whether that's him trying to assume the point guard position more and trying to facilitate as much as he can. But yeah, 49 in the losing effort, career high 70 points in the losing effort. Granted, that was just a regular season game, and obviously they was like highly outmatched going up against the Boston team. But yeah, Devin Booker has to like find a way to use his winning, find a way for his scoring to affect winning in a positive way. Because if not, it's just gonna be one of those like, let's let Devin Booker get 35 and we'll get out of here with the win tonight. You know what I'm saying? That's cool if you want your numbers, but if you want a ring, you're gonna have to like come back to the drawing board and figure out how you can do that. If you're
at this point, Devin Booker might have to lead KD at this point.
No, I don't think you want to leave KD.
He'll leave you some shit.
KD needs to just be a second option. This is my team, and
and that's perfectly fine. I don't think KD is in any way, shape, or form saying this needs to be my team. I think it's an unspoken agreement that this is Devin Booker's team.
See, I'm glad that you said that, bro, because when I look at them, it don't look like it's nobody's team.
That's true too. Again, your turn, my turn. You got the high hand. Let's ride with you right now. I'm gonna go sit in the corner. Like that's what it is. So I can understand why you would say that. But in terms of like consensus, Devin Booker, he's the franchise. He was born. He was drafted there. He's still there. Like all those things encompassing, it would still say, oh, this is supposed to be Devin Booker's team.
Oh, D Booker's team for sure.
Yeah. But how the team has looked this season, it might as well be your team. Who knows?
Yeah. It was Bradley Bill's team this season.
You know what I'm saying? It's on a game-by-game basis who team it is. You know what I'm saying? But again, how we was talking about, Darvin Ham and the Lakers and having a system that works, whether you want to blame Frank Vogel or you want to find a coach that can bring in a system that's going to work, that's going to use these players' strengths, bro. Like, Golden State showed it to y'all. Phil Jackson showed it to y'all. Okay, yeah, he had Jordan, but what else did he have on top of Jordan, Pippen, Paxton, Kerr, so on and so forth, Rodman? He had the triangle offense, you know what I'm saying? He took that, he had Kobe, he had Shaq, but what else did he have? He had the triangle offense. You know what I'm saying? And I could go on and on, but you get like, bro, you gotta respect the game with some X's and O's, bro.
Yeah.
With these talented
Even
players.
Spo figured out how to get, the Lamar Odoms, the Ray Allens, the Mario Chalmers, the Udonis Haslems of the world to really get in and give good quality minutes to spell LeBron and or D Wade.
Yeah, bro. So yeah, man. Putting on a great show tonight, fellas. Just keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. Respect to the for the sake of answering the question at hand with the Suns, who deserves the most blame for them being swept? Just give me your answer. We don't have to go on another long soliloquy.
I'm gonna say Devin Booker.
Devin Booker. Who you blaming is
I think he gonna say Bradley Beal.
Kevin Durant, because he chose to team hop, and he
he threw off the chemistry. Yeah.
Oh,
I'm just blame Kevin Durant because you're the best player on the team, and that's what happens when you're the best player on the team. You get blamed, you get the credit when you win, and you get the credit when you lose.
That's fair.
You get the credit when you get swept too.
And we're not even talking about it enough. Bro, just think if LeBron got swept out of the first freaking, well,
he did.
He technically did, but to the defending champs, though. To the defending champs, though.
To who
so
you
different.
get swept to, it matters. I agree with you.
And then the games were close. It wasn't like that was getting blew out. And them, what's it called, the T-Wolves and Phoenix games, some of them weren't even particularly close.
Nah, I would blame. I'm gonna blame Vogel and Bill. I think I'm gonna blame Bill. I put blame on him because of that game 4 performance. I feel like he was just so just disengaged from the game, and like you say, couldn't catch a rhythm because of early foul trouble. But even despite that, I don't feel like he was. I still don't feel like he was still trying to find other ways to impact the game, despite him being in foul trouble and not necessarily being able to catch a rhythm on the offensive end. So I would blame Bill for that in terms of them being swept, considering, KD held up his end of the bargain. D-Book held up his end of the bargain. But I'll also blame Vogel because you are a coach. If you, obviously, Edward, but you are a championship coach. So if we're going to give respect and credence to the bubble championship, then therefore Frank Vogel is a coach who knows how to win a championship. And he knows how to do it with stars, i.e. LeBron, i.e. Anthony Davis. It helps to have another computer on the team and Rajon Rondo, but you also have other guys who played a part in that championship. And so just having a championship pedigree as a coach, I feel like you should be able to pull from those experiences to some degree to at least make sure these guys not get swept, or at least implement implement some X's and O's that can make this team flow properly, whether Bradley Beal is out or whether Kevin Durant out, whether Devin Booker is out. You should have found a system throughout this season that, just with a lot of these guys to be great versus you just saying, hey, y'all make me look good, versus me trying to find an offense that's going to help y'all look good. But yeah, and maybe things are different if Bradley Beal wasn't hurt this past season as much as he was and got time to build more chemistry, but yeah. Moving on to respect it or check it. Ezekiel Elliott is returning back to his founding team that drafted him in the Dallas Cowboys. Sedacious, do you respect this acquisition of Ezekiel Elliott, or do you have to call it into question by checking it?
Yeah, I'm gonna check it, bro. I'm tired of these Cowboys front office not knowing how to do whatever it is that they're supposed to do as the general manager and the president of operations. Like, what's happening?
Always come home, brother.
Like, bro, what's happening? Where, like, first of all, y'all lost the draft. I was gonna save that for express yourself, but I have to do it right now.
Express yourself.
Y'all lost the draft, my nigga. I'm sorry. It's right. So why are we still like looking for offensive players? Like, why is that still a focal point for like what? I just don't understand. I don't respect it at all. Don't get me wrong. Is there something to be said about? She okay?
She done hit that up. That's what you.
I'll jump in there real quick, man. I got 2 words: washed up. You can use those 2 words to describe Ezekiel Elliott.
I got 2 words for you.
And you can use those same words to describe what Dallas is about to be, because this is the other part of drafting really good, which Dallas has done throughout the years. They typically draft really good players, impact players on both offense and defense, i.e. Michael Parsons, i.e. Ezekiel Elliott, i.e. Dak Prescott, i.e. CeeDee Lamb, Leighton Vander Esch, Trayvon Diggs, the list goes on. They don't make typically huge moves through free agency. They just typically, as opposed to the last 10 years, even drafting Zach Martin, Tyron Smith, right? All of these key cognitive pieces. It's been through the draft, but the negative side to that is when you do hit in the draft and it's time to pay the piper, you got to pay to play. If you draft a good player and he turns into a great player like CeeDee Lamb has, you have to break the bank. And you should have paid him a month and a half ago before AJ signed his extension and before Devontae Smith signed his, because now the price done went up.
Yep.
The market done went up. So
Yep.
He ain't going to take less than
Yesterday's not today's.
Come on, it's only going to go up. So I don't know what Jerry Jones doing. I think anyway, man.
I'm getting tired
in Houston,
bro.
we don't have those problems. We have a great second-year quarterback, and we can sign whoever we want to at any other position and pay them the money that they want because we got our guy.
I'm gonna say this. If and when Michael Parsons leaves, I'm leaving with him. We're gone.
Wow.
We're gone.
Can y'all stamp this for me?
Please stamp this, bro, because you pretty much got today's LT with no team. Literally.
I'm not gonna go that far. He's a great player, but I don't know if he's Lawrence Taylor great. That's definitely to be seen.
Right. Yeah, it's potential.
But he's on a Hall of
Fame
Fame path. He's a great player, but LT is like,
yeah, besides Ray Lewis, one of the best defensive players ever.
I think he is the best defensive player.
Yeah.
I think many would argue that Lawrence Taylor is the best defensive player ever.
Yeah. Best defensive player ever. Yeah.
They start tracking sacks because of him.
Right.
Defensive guys, y'all welcome. That's how y'all really the big measuring stick on how y'all get paid in regards to being, especially a D lineman.
I say this is Dak Prescott's last year, and the only reason he got re-signed because him and Jerry had a conversation. Was like, hey, I'm getting ready to retire. They really want to retire Dallas Cowboy, and I want this to be my last year with y'all. So I think Zeke he retires at the end of this season, and that's the only reason
You
Jerry
said Zeke,
Jones.
but it sounded like you said Dak. So you said Dak is leaving, Zeke is retiring.
No, I'm sorry if it's nothing about that. Ezekiel
Okay.
Elliott is retiring after this year. This is kind of like his farewell tour, having his last season with the Dallas Cowboys. That's what
Did he
this is
sign a
about.
1 year
But if
deal
that's
or
the
a 2 year deal?
I don't know.
1 year.
1 year.
But the
All the
thing is,
more, one more year, all the more. He's retiring at the end of this year. You could book
yeah,
it.
bro. Like, so we're gonna sign a hat.
I mean,
You
10
know
years,
what?
bro. That's a long time in the league.
That's what, yeah, especially for a running back. I understand, but just say we're not trying to win. Then just say that. Just say we ain't trying to win. We are trying to continue to be the Dallas Cowboy legacy that we have always been. We're trying to be America's heartthrob like we've always been. Clearly haven't been that in I don't know how long, but Jerry Jones is still chasing this fantasy. Bro, like, what? The Eagles are it's looking like the Eagles going to be better than us again this year. All right. Because we ain't worried about the Washington football team or the New York Giants. I mean, they still got a problem at the quarterback position. But, well, no, I don't know. I don't know now. So, bro, Dallas don't look like they putting the pieces together to compete for next season. Just my opinion. And I'm waiting for Dak. If Dak is our starting quarterback again, I want y'all to know that I'm waiting the extended period of time that I'm going to have to wait until I can say, I know you suck, bro. I know you suck.
So you saying a new year resets your you suck meter? You just gonna give him like you're gonna wait till he
Yeah, because what has to happen is they have to beat the first 4 teams that suck, lose to actual playoff teams, battle with Philly at the end of the season, and then however the playoff bracket shapes out, somewhere in there is a Dak Prescott fold, and we'll be back here to tell the same story.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm kind of like over beating a dead horse as it relates to like trolling you behind Dak Prescott. It's just
Yeah, I'm ready to move on from that shit. Y'all not even worth my breath no more.
Yeah, man. But yeah, Ezekiel Elliott, you heard it here first on the Respect the Game podcast, is retiring after this season. Our sources are
Trust me, bro.
Hey man, that might be a segment. Sources brought to you by Trust Me, bro. I like it. So wrap up the show, NFL draft. We didn't get into the NFL draft that heavy last week as the NFL draft was coming up, wrapped up in the hysteria of round 1 of the NBA playoffs. Nonetheless, man, we are doing great. Nick Caserio, I said I wanted you gone because of all of the Deshaun Watson debacle and how all of that transpired. You're also responsible for hiring Bill O'Brien. And I felt like as a Houston Texans fan, we were not going to start to prosper until you were out of the office. However, sir, you've been doing a very, very, very good job at righting your wrongs over the past few years, and that I can respect and appreciate. CJ Stroud, obviously, Anderson, obviously, and now we have Jawar Jordan, his airness, if you will. When I watch him, I
A
see
good running back, something terrible was gonna have. Go off. Go ahead, continue. I'm sorry. I just had to throw that in there.
When I watch him play, the highlights, I love his elusiveness, his explosiveness. My comp and what he reminds me of when I'm watching him play on the tape and just seeing how I could see that translating to the Texans is Tony Pollard, his breakout year when he was backing up Dak. and
You keep
Zeke, you
saying
mean?
that Zeke.
oh, I'm sorry, I keep saying Dak. Zeke.
I'm like,
Yeah.
damn, this thing played QB too.
I'm like, I missed that game.
But Jawar Jordan, yeah. I see Tony Pollard, that breakout season he had when he was backing up Dak. Ezekiel Elliott, and
You know something
everybody,
we don't know, clearly.
and everybody was just like, bro, they need to give Tony Pollard more carries over Zeke. So I see him like in that light, one, and I also see him in the open field being thrown to. I see a Devon Achane. You talk about that 4-3 component from the Miami Dolphins. So that's what he reminds me of, just like initially like laying eyes on him and seeing how he plays for Louisville, and just seeing and picturing and envisioning how that's going to translate to the offense and CJ Stroud and all the other offensive weapons we have.
I want to make a comment about two teams, but it does revolve around Louisville's backfield as of the 23-24 season. So the Texans did draft Jawar Jordan, running back out of Louisville, change of pace back, very electric, very elusive. People say like, oh, well, how elusive was he? Though I mean, he ran 4.5 at the combine off of an injury. So when he got to the combine, he was hampered by a hamstring injury. And as we all know, hamstring could definitely diminish you significantly. Check out Tyrese Halliburton the last 2.5 months prior to the last 3 weeks of him playing good. Totally different player. But I digress. I was, kind of scrolling down my social media today, and I saw a Texans fan page, if you will, and Jawar Jordan actually commented on it. It may have been a beat writer for the Texans who was making a post, and it was saying, oh, how fast is he? He ran 4.5, and he comments and he says, dude, I've ran 4.3 plenty of times this year, man. I just came into the combine injured. I just still wanted to show up and, show what I can do. Go watch the tape. And, that's essentially kind of what D'Amico Rhymes was saying in his interview with Nick Casario a few days ago. And, they were, immediately asked only about 3 minutes into the interview, and the reporter asked about Jawar Jordan specifically, and they said, he's an explosive back, go check on it, turn on the tape. And we're quite literally looking for him to bring that to us here. So I like Jawar Jordan as a change of pace, third down back for Joe Mixon. Or if they want to go 1-2 punch, we still have Damian Pierce on the roster. We'll see how that shakes out, or who gets, the secondary running back role. But, man, the second side of that is they had another running back whose name is Isaac. Shout out to that dude. Forget his last name, Isaac Guenindo. But the significance of it is the 49ers drafted him, and he actually tested out as far as just pure athleticism. I'm not too sure what scale they're using, but it's just an overall athletic grade. It just encompasses, your height, weight, speed for the position, what you run. So dude was like 6 foot, 6', 220, run a 4.3. And he had the second highest athletic rating of anybody in the last 5 to 7. I think the last 7 to 10 drafts. And the only player that graded out higher than him was, I think, is somebody who isn't in the league any longer. But I said all that to say the rich keep getting freaking richer, and don't be on the lookout for a running back whose first name is Isaac, who probably will see not too much PT on the 49ers, but Christian McCaffrey is getting older, has been in the league 7+ years, right? So, you definitely have to, reload, replenish. But I think we got, one of the better running backs in the draft. It wasn't a very deep running back draft, but the Texans have proven to find value even in those late rounds. And we did get the number one safety in the country who led the nation in picks. Safety out of USC. I forget brother's name, so forgive me, big dog, but happy you're on the squad, man. I know D'Amico gonna utilize you well.
Kalen
Beautiful
Bullock.
people.
Kalen Bullock. You talking about Kalen Bullock, Izzo?
Yes, safety out of USC.
Yeah, Kalen Bullock. Real quick to close. Kirk Cousins obviously signs a big contract, $100+ million. I forget for like 30 years or something like that. With the Atlanta Falcons, which suggests they're all in on their quarterback. However, coming into the draft, they draft Michael Penix from Washington, who was my favorite quarterback of college football this past season. A lot of head scratches. People was like, "Yo, what are we doing? We already have a quarterback. Why are we drafting this guy?" Do y'all see anything wrong with that pick?
Absolutely not. Kirk Cousins coming off the
Nothing at all.
Achilles. He's 36 years old. You got to draft for the future. Kirk Cousins is not the long-term solution. I don't know why people are up in a hissy with their panties in a bunch.
Right, and
but
Jordan Love is balling. What are we talking about?
That's exactly what I was like. This is nothing more than a Jordan Love conversation.
Now, Jordan Love wasn't taken this high in the first round, but he was a first-round pick, and Matt LaFleur went and got his guy, and people called him crazy. Jordan Love, but if you look at Jordan Love now, he's like, oh man, dude knew what he was talking about. So just give it time, people.
And then also too, me personally, I just like the collaboration of Raheem Morris, new head coach, black head coach, being able to also have a black quarterback in there as well. I like that comparison too. Raheem Morris, he was spoken extremely high of by his former players with the Rams. Guys referring to him as really like, a second head coach on the team with the Rams when they went on that championship run to win the Super Bowl. So Raheem Morris, all the football he knows, being around that offense with the Rams and having somebody like a Cooper Kupp to throw to, I have high hopes of Michael Penix being an elite quarterback in the league. So it's a great problem to have, having somebody like him on your bench to be able to groom and take your time with him developing.
And don't let Kirk Cousins get hurt, or be a lesser version than what he once was.
I will say hurt. I think the $180 million for 4 years with $100 guaranteed is going to secure his spot regardless of how bad he playing. That's my personal belief. However, if he is playing horrible, let's not make that a reflection of Raheem Morris being a head coach. That's all I ask.
And that's why he was like, man, I need a backup plan just in case Kirk Cousins come in and some shit. But I don't expect him to, man. He has a great supporting cast.
I was finna say, bro.
You got Drake London, you got Kyle Pitts, you got Bijan. You got weapons, man. You don't really have that offense is ready to roll now.
Yeah.
It just needed a quarterback. That's the only thing they needed. So
for sure.
Don't they still got what's that boy that run out the backfield that's been playing forever? Patterson.
They may still have Patterson.
No, I don't think so. I think he went to
he's finna put in good production wherever he went there too.
Well, I think he's at the latter part of his career. He's getting ready to retire too, man.
Cordell Patterson. Yeah.
There you go.
He's still with the Falcons. No, he's with the Steelers.
So yeah, he did go to the Steelers. I knew he left. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Shout out to Jay Fields.
Salute to you.
And Sierra husband. I guess. But more importantly, Jay Fields.
Yeah. Oh man. Again, happy birthday to nephew Tony. Hope you're enjoying your birthday, nephew. you and your pops kicking and having fun at the Astros game. Beautiful people, y'all see our brother Black Peace next week. We love you, beautiful people. Thank y'all for tuning in. As always, we don't take y'all listening to us for granted. And this podcast is brought to you by TMB News. Trust me, bro. See you, beautiful people, next week.